Everyone thought he was dead, but he was watching them the whole time. Before we start, I'd love your support to reach 1,000 subscribers. It means the world. In the small city of Brookfield, everyone knew Daniel Carter as a quiet, hard-working man. He ran a tiny bookstore near the bus station, opened every morning at 8, closed every night at 9, and went home to his simple apartment. He smiled politely, spoke little, and never caused trouble. To the world, Daniel Carter was invisible, but invisibility was exactly what he wanted, because Daniel Carter was not his real name. His real name was Ethan Blake, and Ethan Blake was supposed to be dead. 5 years ago, Ethan had been a rising investigative journalist. He exposed powerful people, uncovered dark secrets, and made enemies he never even knew existed. Then one night, his car exploded on a highway outside the city. The news said it was an accident. His family mourned. His name was written in the past tense. Only one person knew the truth. Ethan Blake didn't die. He disappeared. Now, under the name Daniel Carter, he lived a double life. By day, a bookstore owner. By night, a silent hunter of truth. And tonight, everything was about to change. Daniel locked the bookstore door and flipped the sign to closed. The streetlights outside flickered, and rain started tapping against the glass. He didn't rush. He never rushed. Routine kept him safe. He walked to the back, entered the small storage room, and pressed a loose brick in the wall. The bookshelf slid aside. Behind it was a hidden door. Daniel stepped through. Inside was not a storage room anymore. It was a control center. Screens, laptops, old hard drives, encrypted phones, and newspaper clippings covered the walls. Every headline had something in common: corruption, missing people, unexplained deaths. Daniel removed his jacket. His eyes changed. The calm bookstore owner was gone. Ethan Blake was awake. He sat in front of the main screen and opened a file titled Project Mirror, the case he had been chasing for years. A secret organization. Politicians, judges, business leaders, all connected. They controlled elections, media, and even police investigations. Anyone who got close either vanished or died, just like Ethan Blake. But tonight, he finally had a name: Victor Hale, the man who ordered his death. Ethan leaned back, staring at Victor Hale's photo. Gray hair, calm smile, clean suit. He looked like a harmless businessman. But behind that smile was blood. Ethan's phone buzzed. A message appeared from an unknown number. "You're still alive. We know who you are." Ethan's breath slowed. Another message followed. "Stop digging, or your second life ends too." Ethan smiled faintly. "They already think I'm dead once," he whispered. "Let's see if they can do it twice." The next morning, Daniel opened the bookstore like always. Customers came. Tourists browsed. A student bought a novel. An old man asked for a history book. Normal. But across the street, a black car had been parked since sunrise. 2 men sat inside, watching. Daniel noticed them in the reflection of the window. So the hunt had begun. That evening, Daniel didn't go home. He walked through back alleys, changed his route, and entered a subway station. He moved with purpose now. He wasn't hiding anymore. Ethan Blake was done running. He had one goal: expose Project Mirror and bring Victor Hale down, even if it killed him. 2 days later, the city woke up to a shock. A leaked video spread online. It showed Victor Hale, in a private room, talking to a senator. "People don't need truth," Victor said in the video. "They need control. Fear is the best tool. And journalists? They're the first to go." The internet exploded. News channels tried to ignore it, but it was everywhere. And under the video was one line: "This is only the beginning." Signed, E.B. Victor Hale was furious. He smashed a glass against the wall. "Find him," he shouted. "I don't care how. I want Ethan Blake erased completely." That night, someone broke into Daniel's apartment, but Daniel wasn't there. He was standing in the rain across the street, watching his own window shatter. They were getting close. Good. Ethan went underground. He used old contacts, former sources, people who once trusted him. Slowly, he rebuilt his network. Every night, more files leaked. Bribes, murders, illegal deals. Project Mirror was cracking, but so was Ethan's safety. One night, while walking through an empty parking lot, headlights turned on suddenly. A car rushed toward him. Ethan ran. The car missed him by inches and slammed into a wall. Two men jumped out with guns. Ethan ducked behind a pillar. A bullet hit the concrete beside his head. He threw a flash device. Light exploded. He ran. He escaped into the shadows. But he knew this war had no rules anymore. 3 weeks later, Victor Hale went on live TV. "I am being attacked by false accusations," he said calmly. "This is the work of a dead man and his fantasy." Ethan watched from his hideout. "Dead men don't talk," Ethan whispered. "But I do." That night, Ethan prepared his final move. The last file, the one that could end everything. Project Mirror's full list of members. Every name, every secret, every crime. But there was a problem. The file was protected by a biometric key. Victor Hale's. Ethan needed to get close. Very close. Victor Hale was hosting a private charity gala. High security. Rich guests. Politicians everywhere. Perfect cover. Ethan dressed in a black suit and entered with a fake identity. He walked calmly through the hall, holding a drink, smiling like he belonged. And then he saw him, Victor Hale, standing near the balcony. Alone, Ethan approached slowly. Victor turned. Their eyes met. For a moment, time stopped. "You're dead," Victor said softly. "So are you," Ethan replied. Victor smiled. "Not yet." Security started moving. Ethan leaned closer. "Project Mirror ends tonight." Victor laughed quietly. "You think you're a hero? You're just a ghost." Ethan pressed a device against Victor's hand. Scan. Beep. File unlocked. Ethan stepped back as guards rushed in. He disappeared into the crowd. That night, the world changed. Every major news site published the same story. Project Mirror exposed. Names. Evidence. Videos. Arrests started within hours. Politicians resigned. Business empires collapsed. Victor Hale was taken into custody the next morning. The man who ordered Ethan Blake's death was finally caught. But Ethan didn't celebrate. He stood alone on a rooftop, watching the city lights. His mission was over, but his life, still broken, still hidden. He took out his phone and typed one last message to his old editor. "The truth is free now. Take care of it." He deleted the phone and walked away. Weeks later, the bookstore reopened, but Daniel Carter never came back. The shop stayed empty. People wondered what happened to the quiet man with the kind eyes. They would never know, because somewhere far away, under a new name in a new city, Ethan Blake was starting his third life, not as a ghost, not as a fighter, but finally as a free man